Dr.Sedat Jobe.
Good morning, Ngarimbai.
Dr. Jobe, welcome to Freedom Radio once again. Today is a sad day for the Gambia. Dada used to be your personal friend and a brother. Could you reflect on Dada's death?
Thank you very much, Pa. As you know, Dada was very close. Dada was an added inspiration in the fact that he always drew our attention to things that were happening in the country and also in some of the relationships we have with the outer world, his analysis of them and their implication to the Gambia. It is mainly because of the fact that I had you, together with all the former journalists who work with Dada, and then the news that I received that also Mamburenjai has been arrested, and taking into account that Babali is still in the gripples of Yaya Jammeh, I decided to say to Yaya Jammeh that we all know that he is not a legitimate head of state. Yaya Jammeh is just one human being who has been able to use fear gradually to eliminate all those who were working closely with him, who were in the military with him, and who helped him to power. I would have never thought that I will sit and remind him of the fact that what he is doing in the Gambia today is based on no legitimacy. Yaya Jammeh arrests people at night, 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Sirif Diba was picked up this way. Various other people were picked up this way. They were tortured and they were then got rid of, or they died because of the consequences of their torture. Let us all make it clear to Yaya Jammeh that in the last elections, this ECOWAS said it was totally wrong and that it will not have a correct result. ECOWAS left the Gambia before the elections, and therefore when he had the results and won everything, he heartlessly, without any feeling, on a population that is completely cowed, declared himself the President of the Republic of the Gambia. If he was in any way sensitive to the fact that he has just made up a coup d'etat, working with his illegitimate election commission, he would be more modest. But we remember that Yaya Jammeh, you told us that if you were elected this time, you will become more dangerous. You're talking like a bandit, not as a head of state. So if you continue arresting people, deciding who should be in prison and who should not be in prison, marginalizing your army, marginalizing your police force, because I'm quite certain that the people you send to people's houses at 10 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, these are not professional soldiers or sworn soldiers who have sworn to defend the Gambia. Yaya Jammeh, your banditism is too much. Yaya Jammeh, you are a bandit and not a head of state. And it is coming from Dr.Sedat Jobe, and it's not going to stop here. I will be going to the European Commission. I will address the British Parliament's Commission on Foreign Affairs. I will go to all institutions, the United Nations, the Foreign Service of the United States, to say that we are a people in danger. Yaya Jammeh, how can you liberate a Lebanese condemned to death? And today you are keeping Fofana, Lamtombong, and all the other military officers. Kausu Kamara, those are the ones I remember, but I know that there are many others who are suffering from your willpower only, and that the whole of the Gambia knows that what you've done is wrong, but your fear machine is so powerful that people just say, let's leave him to God. We cannot leave you with God. God has given us the same talent that he has given you. And the way that you illegitimately went and took over power from Sir Dawda and used that power to do more illegitimate things will make us to use legitimate means to get rid of you. Yeah, I heard that you are very much keen on getting your enemies in the diaspora. But you have no enemies in the diaspora. What you have is that you've turned our country into a prison that for people to even breathe, they have to go abroad. Gambians are in America. Gambians are in England. Gambians are in Europe because of your will alone. And you can decide who to leave in prison and who to get out of prison. And Gambians won't even be able to dare to question, why did you leave the Lebanese to go and the others are still kept in prison? You have no respect for your ministers. If I imagine that you were able to lock up Usman Jame, a Secretary General of a government, head of the civil service, on no basis at all, and today you are able to lock up Mamburenjai because he had the guts, perhaps after trying so hard to help you, to maintain you in legitimacy, because Mamburenjai told you that your killings are wrong. You decided to lock him up. Let me tell you, Yahya Jammeh, I won't call you President Jammeh anymore, and you know fully well that if you had not instituted an illegal machinery around you, you cannot even talk and argue with me. You are a coward. You are a coward, and it's only a coward who behaves like you. You send 10 people to arrest one man, and when you have him, you put him in chains, you do everything psychologically in order to frighten the Gambian people. Oh yes, you've got what you wanted. You're doing everything every day, you add more. You've caught Babali, you add Mamburenjai, tomorrow you're going to add somebody else. You killed 9 people. Before people can talk about it, you marry a woman from Ghana. You confuse people to such an extent that you're doing packets and packets of nonsense. I am talking to Yahya Jammeh, and you know that if I'm talking to you in this tone, it's not out of desperation, and it's not out of fear. Let me just give you two reasons for you to know that I'm not afraid. If you illegally are able to get into Senegal, if you have the daring guts to defy the Senegalese government, to send killers here to pick me up and to kill me, Yahya Jammeh, please do not believe that I'll be fearing. I am ready to die tomorrow. Know that quite clearly. But if I die, you know that you do not even have a day in power. For what reason? Because I know that you are illegitimate. And at the moment that I'm talking to you now, all your legal security forces are listening. I'm told that people have started asking, what authority has Sedat over the security forces to tell them to arrest you? No, I have no right over them. I am asking them to take their responsibility. They know better than I that you are illegal. You're giving them illegitimate instructions. So therefore, I'm calling on their patriotism as Gambians to pick you up and to know that they've caught a bandit. You are just surrounded by a few people who have been able to frighten everybody. There is a full army, a whole police force, intelligent people in the NIA who you do not seem to want to stop. Because you are mad. Because any ordinary human being would have stopped doing what you're doing. Yeah, tell me, do you know how many children have not seen their fathers for so many years? Because of your will. Do you ever sit and think of Lang Tombong, his wife, his children, Fofana, his wife, his children, and all the other prisoners that you are locking up and naming, and their families? Do you ever sit to think of it? Do you ever tell yourself, if I was locked up and baby Mariam cannot see me, and Mohammed cannot see me, and my wife Zainab cannot see me, how would I feel like? Now I want you to visualize yourself in a cell in Mile 2. I want you to visualize yourself in that dirt. I want you to visualize yourself thinking of Mariam. I want you to visualize yourself thinking of your son. And I want you to visualize yourself about your wife. And then, in that position you are in, imagine what Fofana, what Lang Tombong, what Kausu Kamara, and many other civilians, and Imam Babali are in or going through today. And tell yourself, Yaya Jammeh, you are not a god. So if you come for any Gambian here, I want to advise you so that you don't shame yourself. Know that there are a lot of Senegalese soldiers from the MFDC who have killed Senegalese people. Know that there are a lot of Senegalese that you are locking up in Mile 2 who are the MFDCs who want to discuss with Senegal, who you are putting there to please Salif Sadio, who the Senegalese would definitely like to free because they wanted to discuss with them in the process of peace. So if you were stupid enough to send people here in the NIA to come and try to harass the Gambian, me, I'm not talking for myself. I am about to go to Europe and I'll fix you even better there than when I'm in Senegal. It's because I respect the Senegalese people that have not put on the high gear to get rid of you. You wait until I go to the European Commission and you'll soon start feeling me. And when I say feeling me, is saying feeling the Gambia. Because everything I do today, I do for all the Gambians. I'm not afraid of dying. If you will dare kill me, it just goes to prove to the Gambians that you really respect no one. Now I want to tell you, as I'm going to Europe, I'm going to charge you, and I'm going to say that I am charging you for the death of Deida Haidara, for Daba Marena, Baba Jobe, Elo Jallo, Sane, and at present a team is preparing all the lists of people who died under your regime. I just want to tell you, Yaya Jammeh, that only killing one person and making one person disappear, you automatically deserve being taken to the International Tribunal. Do you know that? Just proving that one person was killed by you illegally and that you have made disappear one person is enough for you.
You listen to Freedom Radio. It appears that Dr. Jobe is breaking up. We will bring him back in a minute. Hello, Dr. Jobe.
Yes?
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, I just wanted him to know that we will be charging him on the death of all these people, and I will be personally taking him to court, and I'm quite certain that when he is arrested, all the witnesses will come out, and even those who participated in the deeds will come out and to say that they got their instructions from him. But I want Yaya Jammeh to know that if he makes the mistake of sending anybody here, he's exposing himself into great shame. If he thinks that by helping Senegal with the Casamance crisis, that justifies him to ask for Gambians being sent for to him to be tortured, he's making a great mistake, and he doesn't even understand how the government of Senegal works. So for his own sake, let him not try to kidnap, maim, or try to frighten anybody in Senegal. I'm not saying it for myself. And let him not try it in America. He wouldn't be crazy. Let him not try it in England or in Europe, because I think Yaya Jammeh is in a position today where he thinks that he can do anything and it will go ahead, that the laws do not apply to him, that elections don't apply to him, that his legitimacy is based on nothing. If Yaya Jammeh was correctly elected, I'm sure that you yourself will not allow me to address him this way. That I will not myself feel legitimized to talk to him this way. But you are all of the Gambia. You are my witnesses that it is with fear that we decided not to say anything when Yaya Jammeh stole the election. I take this opportunity and to tell Yaya Jammeh that if Ousainou Darboe, Halifa Sallah, Ba, and our good friend Sidia Jatta that decided after the election just to keep quiet, is because of the sad psychological state in which Yaya Jammeh has, in one way or the other, put us all. We cannot still believe what Yaya Jammeh has done to us to such an extent that if our political leaders today call the four of them together, because he has divided them so much that they never were able to make one block against him, that our political leaders, when they call, people are afraid of going. And how did Yaya Jammeh get to do this? Yaya, you did it by maiming people, by showing the type of brutality that Gambians have never seen, to such an extent that Gambians who really want to attack you, when they meet to try to decide to get rid of you, even constitutionally, people say, Jericho. Because they know the type of fear machine that you've built. Now all those who build their power on fear will tremble with fear one day. And Yaya, take it as a healing coming from Sedat Jobe. I am a person who doesn't talk too much. Know that for 11 years I left your government. I didn't say a single thing. But I watched your abuse of power. Every minute, every day, you're making people cry. You're maiming people. You're murdering people. Look at Baba Jobe lying in hospital. Nothing happened to him. You sent people to strangle him on his bed. Yes, Yaya, you sent for Baba Jobe to be strangled in his hospital bed. Yaya, you've killed people in cold blood. You killed Ero Jallo and then made people to believe that he fell. All these are known. If you do not fear and start trembling with fear, Yaya, you are wrong. I think you should even think of running away. But I think that is too late. We won't let you go. And I told the Gambian people, and we the Gambians tell them, we want to catch you so that you can explain to us why you are doing this. No, you cannot run. We won't allow you to run. And we are begging for those who are going to catch you this week, who are going to catch you this week, from today onwards to the week that is coming. You are not attacking a legitimate government. You are going to arrest a bandit who is using fear to destroy, shame everyone. Oh, Imams of the Gambia, I'm ashamed. I'm am ashamed. In no part of the world can an imam, be it the imam of a village, be arrested and humiliated while others are reading the Quran, while others are going to even pray on Friday, and they do not decide after the Friday meeting to march and go and liberate him, break the walls of the prison and get him out. Imams of the Gambia, we are all ashamed. We are all ashamed. I'm now addressing you, Imam Ratib of Gambia, together with Yahya Jammeh. If you did not condone Yahya Jammeh would never be so powerful. Imam Fatih, you remember you used to preach so powerfully, and everybody respected you. But the day Yahya Jammeh took you into his office, made you to kneel down and apologize to him, you thought that the best way to survive was to cajole him, get him titles, Nasruddin, and all sorts. He should laugh a bit. You tell Yahya Jammeh to recite 3 surahs, he doesn't know them. Because you know yourself that you're not reciting any surah. But you know that they're so gullible that everybody is running to get Yahya Jammeh Safara. Believe me, some of them are just pretending. They know that there is nothing in it, but they just wanted you to see them running for your Safara so that you'll think they're your faithful servants. You have no mystical power, and unfortunately you can never have any mystical power because your time is up. But God sent you to make us examine ourselves after Jawara. God sent you to show us how bad, how vicious a human being can become. You have no pity. Because Yahya Jammeh, the type of things that you can bear, the amount of wailing and groaning that is going on in the prisons, and you sit down, and you can even dance sometimes when you hear music. You think that we will leave you to continue? For you would be the only one, and the fact is, you don't even have a regime, Yahya Jammeh. There are not even 10 senior civil servants or ministers who say that me, I'm praying for Yahya Jammeh to live forever because I'm really comfortable. Nobody is comfortable with you, and nobody can be comfortable with you because you behave like an animal. You remember what you told me in Morocco, in the presence of Susan Wafa-Ogu, in the presence of other ministers, that your Uncle Tamba used to call you Bushman. Quoting you that your Uncle Tamba used to tell you, Bushman, go and buy me beer. Bushman, Bushman, Bushman. He was right. You are a Bushman, a very, very bad man. I conclude. You come into Senegal to say you're looking for Gambians. Senegal will come and pick up legitimate criminals who have been hijacking, killing people in the Casamance, and they're very comfortable in the Gambia. But for Kersa, Senegal is keeping that quiet because they want peace. You want to come to Senegal to look for Gambians? Bien Ouattara will send you a team, and he's got helicopters and he's got powerful machines. He will come and pick up all the Pagbo people in the Gambia. You want to come and pick up people in the Gambia or elsewhere? I am telling you that will be a knell for you. And it will be an opportunity to kick you out. If I've told you all this, Yahya Jammeh, on this stone, is to tell you that I'm treating you like an ordinary bandit. And without fear, you can't do anything to Sedat Jobe. And Sedat Jobe is going to see to it that the Gambians take care of you. I have no fear, Yahya. Go and try and bring your people all over the world. Nobody will mind that. Let them come and meet me in France, or let them come and meet me in Belgium or in England. If you afford it, aren't you ashamed that you're sending people at 3 a.m.? Aren't you ashamed that you have your Ministry of Justice? You pick out people in the prison as you like? I am asking the soldiers of the Gambia to go to the prison and liberate all the political prisoners. They are not right. He has taken Rambo out of the prison. Why are you leaving your colleagues? General of the Army, Baji. General of the Army, Baji. You and your men, and this is not subversion. If Yaya was legitimate, I have no right to say it. Yaya is totally illegitimate. You are more legitimate than he is. Head of the army, head of the NIA, head of the police, head of the marine. You are more legitimate than he is because you have not given instructions to anybody to go and arrest anybody illegitimately. Why does he want you people to cover that and to accept it? I therefore request once again, I have no authority over you, but the Gambian people, your wives, your children, and all the Ummah of the Gambia has it on you. They're begging you, they're crying, they're weeping. They want you to remove this one bad man out of us, and there will be peace, and we would have learned our lessons, because God wanted us to learn our lessons. Gambians, stop reporting one another. Yaya misplayed all of you, and I thank God that I resigned from his government, because if I had not resigned, you'd say that I waited for him to sack me, and that's the time I'm attacking him. No, when I resigned, I waited for 11 years before speaking. I feel I'm a criminal for keeping quiet, because he's not touching me. Today Mamburenja is there. Imam Fati is the Imam. Perhaps I'm calling in for Imam Fati, but I don't even want him to be in prison now, because that will make it late for us. His time is there, but he's not important. It's his boss that I want to be taken in. I am therefore with a lot of serenity and calm begging the Imam Ratib of Banjul, the Imams of Serekunda, the Imams of Bakau, and the Imams of Brikawa. I'm mentioning these big cities in the Gambia, to make it a duty that if Baba Lee is not freed from now to next Friday, that at the Friday mosque they should all make one khutbah, and khutbah in the name of Allah and His Prophet, to summon their blood and their courage. And when they say Assalamu alaikum, let them all get up, unified as one strength, and march towards Banjul. And let us see who is then powerful. Because even in the depths of his craziness, even in the depths of his fear machine, the machine will fall apart and he will be the one in fear. And yes, history will go down to say that you all walk up, march in the name of the Ummah, fearing only God Almighty, to go and free one of his teachers. Oh yes, Gambia, Imams of the Gambia, you have to do this. Yaya Jammeh has no respect for you. He has no respect for you. And you should make him not only respect you, but respect the population of the Gambia. We count on you. We cannot take it anymore. We cannot take it anymore, Yaya Jammeh. I am just saying as a gesture, liberate the Imam, liberate the Imam Babali, liberate Mamburenjai, and liberate all the prisoners that you're pretending to condemn to death for political reasons. Do that for yourself. And if you can know how happy I am today to have spoken to you, Yaya Jammeh, because one day you will say, nobody warned me, no one talked to me. I would like, as I have begged them not to hurt you, not even to shave your hair off when they catch you. I'll come to see you in prison when you're being tried, and I'll feel comfortable for one thing, because I have warned you. If you take my warning lightly, well and good. If you don't take it lightly, it is to your interest. But know one thing, God cannot love you more than the whole of the Gambia. And I think if I have spoken to you today with a lot of modesty, I'm giving you a message that you should heed, or you will drown in your own tears. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Sedat Jobe. You listen to Freedom Radio, fair and balanced news, views, comments, in-depth analysis. This is the place to be.